Come on, everybody gets on the horses, and then Joel's like, eh.
I'm imagining a mission where as Teenage Agent 47, you go to, like, buy condoms, and from, like, a department store, and, like, you have to do a silent run, no witnesses.
You've got to get beer. Your mission is to buy beer, so you have to find an old man, and you knock him out and put on his old man clothes, and then people treat you like an old man, so you don't get started.
Well, it's like I'm imagining failing the condom mission, and like, you know, a bunch of people see you buy it, and like alarms are going off and exclamation marks, and you walk off, and it brings you to the ending mission screen where it just brings up a newspaper with teenagers having sex. 47 witnesses.
Kids be watching movies tonight.
Where is this lab of theirs?
It's all the way out.
Oh man, they got movies?
Hey, we're going to my home state.
Go big,
Oh
homie.
boy, movie.
Go big one.
I want to watch movies.
That's funny.
I really want
I'm back
to
to town.
see a post-apocalyptic game that acknowledges the role theater would have in the new
Let me
world.
repeat myself.
What are you doing?
Like, actually, that's a
Could
serious
you be
thing. I
a
want to see.
post-apocalyptic
Your
bard,
laugh kinda scares me.
Redscarn?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. What the
don't
fuck
want
else
to
am I
know.
going to contribute? Are you kidding me? Why else would anyone keep me around?
Look, come back to town. Let's discuss it at least.
Well, seriously, like, I really want a Fallout
The
game
new
where you walk
Homer.
into a town and there's like a
University
plague
College.
going on because what else are people
Another
gonna
times
do
lab.
with their horrible lives?
Science business. Looks like a giant mirror. You can't miss it.
This scene's kind of important. Joel chooses to bring Ellie
Yeah,
with
well,
him, and this kind of locks in. That was where the two of them came to an understanding, and
You good?
this sort of seals his fate. From here on, there is just nothing to stop the end of the game.
Wonder what Tommy would do.
Yeah, I wonder. We need to talk about the ending, and it's gonna we're gonna talk about the ending before we get to the ending, because it's gonna take so long to go over it. Look, Tiger, a squirrel.
I have this weird feeling like we're gonna get to the ending of the game and it's going to like. I feel like this whole game I'm waiting for the other shoe to drop. Maybe it's just like people have talked about the storyline and they've been saying like something about it sucked. Like back there, where I was making the cynical and as it turns out completely unwarranted assumptions about like what was going to happen with these characters. Because I was like, well, the game can't be good about this. Something has to suck. Something has to be ultimately broken.
The ending is controversial and interesting, and it is if you want to condemn it as stupid, it's at least stupid in an interesting way.
There it is.
It does
Right.
not go.
Stay.
But I kind of don't want to talk about it yet. But we're going to talk about it before we get there, because there's so much to talk about.
Yeah. Hey,
but-
free radicals.
Yay!
Well,
But I think it's not quite time to talk about the ending yet, because we've still got a long way to go between here and there.
Yeah, I will say I know factually what sort of happens at the end, but I'm waiting to see the context before I can actually evaluate it.
Yeah. And
That'll need someone.
this does a bit of the, well, you have to read the codex thing, where your perception of Joel's decisions will change radically based on whether or not you find a couple of pieces of paper that make some things clear. And, you know, they're random
Have
pickups
we
that you can easily
saying
make.
that?
Read any of the?
I'm
have we read
not
any of the
convinced they're
codexes yet?
interpreting it correctly.
On the show.
Well,
Have
almost-
we? Have we read any of
We've been
the?
finding notes. It's just the notes.
Oh, okay.
So, okay, so we haven't read any of the pieces of evidence, I guess, that would
No,
affect.
they're
our
not until you get to the
decision?
end. Yeah, right, right. They're
Do
only
we get to
in
make a
the
it's just
decision
in
at
the
the
last-
end, or is it
No.
what he does?
You can kind of make a decision. You can decide if you want to kill some people or not.
That's a pretty classic video game decision.
You can
I
decide
really wish
if you
more
want to
games
kill
would
some.
give us those choices.
Well, no, you can decide if you want to kill some people or if you want to play through this section of the game over and over and over again trying to stealth it. That's your decision.
I will say,
Well,
if the game gives me
actually.
the choice to kill somebody or not kill somebody, I often decide not to kill somebody.
Hate that name.
Most games I wish would give me the option to kill fewer people. Some games, like Skyrim, do not give me the ability to kill more people. And that is a problem.
Skyrim pretends that you can get away with not killing people because eventually sometimes they'll be like, oh, have mercy on me, I'm just sitting here. But if you turn your back on those guys, they'll just heal back up and attack you anyway.
Yeah, they implemented a mechanic which does literally nothing. Which is like the surrender mechanic exists only so people can sit there for a second and get their wind back so then they can try to kill you again. I really don't get what happened there. They dropped the ball super hard.
Level 4 tools here?
Yeah.
But what I was actually getting at was that Skyrim, you know, for a game where really the only tool you have is murder, like the only ability you have to interact with the world around you is hurting things, is really choosy and miserly about what you can hurt and what you can.
Hey guys, we got the incinerator.
Put it down.
Awesome.
Put it down, Joshua.
No.
That looks
put it
like
down.
a paintball gun.
Oh.
Looks like a homemade paintball gun. And believe me, I have seen my share of homemade paintball guns.
You know what? I am willing to bet there's like no ammo for this thing between here and the end of the game. I'll bet you this
get
game
a
is
bunch
super.
in this level.
Really? Oh, you know what? Is this a zombie level? Because they have no problem giving you tons of. They have no problem giving you shitloads of ammo when you have to gun down zombies, but then when it's time to fight raiders, I guess it's the game's way of saying you should be stealthing the raiders more. I'll bet you it's not going to let you flamethrower raiders.
There was a lookout here.
I could just not use it and then flamethrower them.
I hate you.
Yeah, do that. I think you should be lighting more people on fire.
Is there like a super zombie in this game? Like, maybe like a coagulation of zombie mushrooms?
There's bloaters, which are kind of... They're an insta-kill if they get within arm's reach of you, and they have a ranged attack where they throw a big spore ball at you.
Ooh. Are they fat?
Spore. Ew.
Like what? You fight like 3 of them during the entire course of the game, right?
There we go.
You don't even have to fight any. You can only. There's only one that's required to fight. The rest is.
The big thing in this game is that you can't let the actual mushroom people take you alive, because if so, they'll infect you with spores, and from then on, you'll be forced to phone home constantly. It'll install all kinds of weird shit on you.
Oh.
Took me a while to get that one.
I don't like that one, Red Scar. It's stupid.
It's too soon. It's too soon. It was the chosen one!
All the good stuff. Requires more tools, which I don't have.
Get the scope working.
You have 110 parts, though. Jesus. Is that a lot?
I'm gonna hang on to it until I get level 4 tools.
Do you eat parts? Is that how Joel works?
Get him.
Because, I mean, look at that backpack.
Metal, goggle premium gas.
That backpack looks like it carries maybe a couple days worth of food for one person. Assuming that it's not filled with bullets and parts.
And
Funny how selective your horse's jumping ability is, Josh.
You know what? I mean, I'm not going to give this game shit about the size of your backpack. If your backpack was reasonably sized, it would block your view of Joel's head, and it would be super annoying.
The fact that your backpack is actually rendered is kind of extraordinary.
Yes. Yeah, this is a huge step forward for video games, is acknowledging that you don't just have that flamethrower in your pocket.
Hey, over there. Is that it?
And frankly, I wouldn't want it to go too much further into realism with the backpack, because a realistically sized backpack is a monumental thing. They are enormous, towering things, and it would look ridiculous in a firefight.
I grew up in Colorado, at least until I was like middle school age. Those mountains in the distance over there. which you can't really see right now, but you could see earlier. Just a complete fixture of the skyline on this side of the state.
How many people do you think are there?
Yeah.
It was really weird moving out of Colorado, and there are no mountains in the background. I can't just like look out and see gigantic Rocky Mountains.
You don't have this wall on one side of the horizon.
I don't know exactly where this place is, or if it actually exists in real life.
I like riding
horse
Denver and
yeah, that's how you know
Colorado
it's
Springs.
Whoa.
So we end up in Colorado Springs later on, or at least somewhere where I assume is Colorado Springs.
Yes, I don't want him running off.
Why is he going in here? If he hears runners, okay, time to leave. What?
Yeah, get out of there.
How about I make a huge racket and
there's a
keep this
linear
gate shut and
path.
pick them off on the other side of the gate?
It's a linear path. Are you telling me you can't go around this enormous building in Colorado? No.
Magic.
I'm sorry, video game, you are wrong.
There is some excuse for it, because this place used to be fortified by,
See if I can get the
okay, I shouldn't say used to be, because that's a spoiler, but it was
is
a
this one of
Firefly
those-
lab.
Oh, Firefly Lab. Okay, I thought you were gonna say like this is
Like
one of those
the
places
note
that
I
was
found
super
back
fortified.
there was a sniper
like-
nest note about like who was coming in.
I know the university I went to had a lot of changes made to it during the 60s and 70s.
Did they get rid of the sniper nests?
Oh,
I think sort of the opposite, actually.
What are we doing here? What is the point?
okay. So
of...
there's a gate down there that we can open, but we need to turn on the generator for it.
But why do we need to open the gate? Is this our destination? Why would we stop at this building?
Because we couldn't get through the other way because there was like collapsed rubble in the way.
No. I'm sorry, video game, but that's just silly pants. No, I know this is kind of... I know this is kind of unfair because I've been saying, hey, I'm sick of fighting raiders, how about some zombies, and now I'm bitching about it, but... Oh, wow.
Have a good
that
reason
gets the
to
job
fight
done.
the
It was pretty
zombies.
effective.
Oh
Yeah.
wow, it's over.
You know, that would be interesting if Joel was like, wow, we are just out of food. I have to go in here and get food.
Notice these guys are all magically dropping flamethrower ammunition.
Consider it.
I know the best way to get flamethrower ammunition is to set it on fire.
Yeah.
Is to burn its owner to death, and then you recover the ammunition.
What I was saying was that UCI was actually designed specifically so that it would be hard to organize. There's like no central meeting location, and the thoroughfares are actually really breezy to allow, like, for example, the National Guard to get through. But then again, Irvine is actually super evil. Like, Irvine is owned, like, the whole territory is owned by a corporation that is literally a Shadowrun corporation. I'm not exaggerating. Like, there's actually a Shadowrun supplement that takes place in Irvine, and the corporation that's central to it is directly based off of the Irvine company.
So when they were building a university, they saw Kent State, and they were like, I like the way they run things over there.
Well, that was, like, basically they wanted to make sure that they would have as much control in that situation as possible. Also, all the roads are really winding, so that if you're from out of town, you'll get lost and eventually get, like, transported out of Irvine. All roads lead, like, kind of winding and twisty, and suddenly you find yourself on the outskirts unless you know exactly what you're doing.
Well, when I was a kid, I used to want to be,
So much of the design of that
man,
place is
Joel wanted to
deliberately
be a
made
singer.
to
Sing something.
be kind of sketchy.
Fine, I won't laugh.
I don't think so.
Come on, Joel, sing. Do it.
Come on, I'll bet you sing like Troy Baker.
Isn't Troy Baker actually a singer?
I would imagine he is if he's a famous voice actor. I mean, it's really weird. Like Jennifer Hale apparently has amazing pipes too, and you hear Commander Shepard, you're like, whatever. But then she's like phenomenal.
Also, Ellen McClain.
Oh yeah.
Well, but she's an opera singer. Like she's a trained opera singer. Like Mike Rowe, which I discovered.
What the
on
fuck
Reddit,
can't
actually.
Mike Rowe do? What can't Mike Rowe do?
What does he voice?
Mike
Is that the
Rowe
Dirty
is
Jobs guy?
He's also, he does like Ford commercials and
Yeah, that's his legacy.
voices
Ford
the
commercials.
narrator on Deadliest Catch. He's basically the Discovery voice man.
Are those monkeys?
I thought it was pretty funny. His AMA, the tagline was, "I've been unable to hold down a job for the past 3 years."
Oh, not the monkeys! No, I played System Shock 2. No, go away, monkeys. No, not the monkeys.
Oh, but it's kind of
Haven't
sweet,
you-
because
Oh,
they were
man.
test monkeys,
Seamus
and now
has been
they're
traumatized
open
by monkeys.
and safe.
That was kind of awesome.
No, monkeys are
Sounds
not
like
safe.
Seamus has
Monkeys are
spent a little
dangerous.
too much time on Monkey Island.
This courtyard actually reminds me of Half-Life 2 a little bit. I'm not really sure why. Just the structure of it, I think.
Needs big monitors.
Is this a real campus? Is this based on a real college campus?
I don't know. Obviously,
Somebody
when
in
I
Colorado
moved away
tell
from
us.
Colorado, it wasn't like a big priority to know where I was going to go to college because I was like 11.
Also, you didn't go to college, did you?
No, I went to
Also that.
college. I just didn't
Somebody.
get a degree.
Seamus didn't go to college. You went to college. And
I
you
did
get
not.
A degree.
Seamus went to a technical school or something
Yeah.
like that, didn't you?
Yeah, I
That's
did,
still
and it
pretty
was a
good.
huge waste. No, it was a huge
Really?
waste.
Oh no, technical schools are a waste of time too. What's left?
Yeah. What the? There's no winning move in this economy. I know that Seamus's economy was not this economy. I'm just bitter.
But, well, in my defense, winning move for me was just go and figure shit out.
Yeah.
Same here.
I mean, it's what I'm doing. Basically. Patreon is like
And hey,
figuring shit
look
out.
at how successful all of us are. Yeah, how about
Yeah.
Patreon? How is our public begging campaigns going? I think we're all doing pretty good.
Doing awesome.
Hey, I don't publicly beg. I mean, I'm part of a show that publicly begs, but me personally,
Yeah,
nah.
no, I reject the idea that this is begging. It's busking.
That's right.
A very
That's right. We are
important distinction.
we are street buskers. We are not doing this for nothing. We're offering in air quotes entertainment for our money.
Yeah, we're not the panhandlers of the internet. We're the living statues of the internet. Thank you very much.
We are the guys that clean your windshield of the internet.
Hey, governor.
That's how I'm going to talk to my older relatives now when they ask what I do for a living. I'm like an internet living statue.
Here's a little advice for you, Rutsgarn. There's nothing you can ever say to your relatives to make them impressed with what you're doing with your life.
This is good.
I have a steady job that I enjoy, that I've had for a while, and they're like, "Are you still working at the radio station?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I am, because it's a job."
At least you work at a radio station. Try describing my job to your
Yeah.
relatives.
I
Yeah.
work on the internet, and you try and describe your job, and
Disconnect generator when not on duty.
It sounds exactly what their 10-year-old sons do when they're goofing off.
exactly, and they don't understand.
I say sons
Unless
because
you
I'm
are
calling to mind,
teaching inner city kids, there's nothing you can say that will impress. Or you're the president. But even then, your relatives
I
won't be
teach
impressed.
inner city kids, but since I teach them business, I get paid $100,000 a year. So I'm doing pretty good for myself.
Are you still
They're like,
wasting your
"Oh,
time with that
yes."
business? Are you still wasting your time running that Fortune 500 company?
Oh, man.
I know a grocery store that needs another guy behind the deli counter.
This
did I
place is
bust open
cool.
that
I mean,
door like
it's been a
that?
while since we talked about this video game, so I'll just say, hey, this place is pretty cool. Look at all
By
this
the way,
detail.
can I just say real quick to my Patreon backers, thank you very much. That I genuinely feel like writing and getting paid. You know, for me, a significant amount of money for it is the greatest thing ever.
Yes, I will echo that.
And I don't think it's actually begging. I think it's a way for people to support something that they want to see more of. I
genuinely think, because I don't have like levels of backing. Like for me, it's you pay $5 and you get a thing every month. So I mean, it's just that they're paying for it and maybe more than they would otherwise. But I don't know. And I give them additional content. That's the arrangement.
I am grateful every single day that we are doing this. This works out. So this is better than any system that came before. Running ads, tip jars, anything. This is the least corruptive and the most rewarding way of doing it. Yeah, that's it.
0% of our shame comes from how the system logistically works. 100% of our shame comes from various societal and social biases that are imposed upon us by this point in our careers, which are tied to outmoded models of commerce. So
yeah, we're the future. We're the street buskers of the future.
Yeah, Jim Sterling has his Patreon funded by now.
You know,
What are you making, Josh? What are you doing?
I'm making Molotov cocktails.
These dorm rooms are actually really accurate as someone who's lived
I know!
Yeah.
I know.
No, what's accurate is the hallways.
Yeah.
Really, this is what's
like the zombies wandering around is the most accurate.
Yeah. My wife, well, my girlfriend at the time, eventually wife, lived in a dorm room, and that was pretty much it. That was what her place looked like when I visited.
Yeah, just ugly ass buildings, ugly ass rooms that people have done the most.
They forgot the beer bottles used as decoration. Did you guys ever see that, where people would use beer bottles as decoration?
They couldn't do it.
I didn't live with cool people. Diet Coke cans. Diet Coke cans as decorations.
No joke. Where my wife went to school was Slippery Rock University, and it was rated one of the top party colleges in the United States in the 80s, and it was a dry town. And it was illegal to have alcohol, no matter what age you were. Alcohol was illegal for everybody in the city limits, and they did more drinking than anybody.
That's amazing.
I'm sure that was a really enforceable law.
I know.
That's the great thing about issuing prohibitions on alcohol.
So what you wound up with is a town where the teenagers and, the college kids drink like crazy, but the grown adults who live and work there and own property there can't have a drink at the end of the day. Way to go.
It seems like having dry counties just creates more of a problem. Oh, by the way, there's one of those big guys. I'm going to attempt to avoid him. Because then people who really want to drink just drive out of the city limits.
They get drunk and then they drive back. Yes.
Yes.
That's the thing.
There was a nightclub. There was a nightclub right. Yeah. There was a nightclub right exactly parked on the county line, or the township line. Oh, and when they changed the law so that it was now legal to drink, that nightclub mysteriously burned down. Huh? Drat the luck. Well, at least it was insured.
Down? Burned
down.
Okay. I was like, wow, people must have been really disgruntled. And I'm like,
No.
Yeah.
Oh, look at this guy.
The horror. So that was scurvy, right?
I changed my mind. I wouldn't eat these
you didn't fight him, yeah.
They look like coral. They don't look like fungus or mushrooms that would be tasty. They look like they're made out of coral.
Once you've seen one of them kill you, they're creepy as hell, though. Ugh.
Plus, they're fat, and Mumbles doesn't eat fat people.
I don't. I like them lean and small.
Yeah. Yeah. It's just a matter of being able to chew.
I felt kind of bad the way I set up the credit sequence, like, several weeks ago. where it just happened this way. I did not plan it, but Campster's bumper ended up over footage of the bloater busting through a door, and I had his title that particular week as "Hey, I'm 20 Shiv." So I'm just imagining this bloater busting through the door and yelling, "Hey, I'm 20 Shiv," and then just like murdering people.
More infected. I'm fine.
We are running super long here. I've been looking for a spot to cut it here, but we need to wrap this up. And in fact, we're going to have 2 long episodes this week.
We ran long in general this week. We just really
we did.
Are we cutting it here? We got
I haven't talked to you in
like we should have been cutting off.
Yeah.
Stop talking about it. I can't cut it out of the episode if all of it is... If all we're talking about is how we haven't ended the episode yet. Then there's just this big long silence, and it's weird.
Then just end it.
No, there's like a generator.
I don't...
Yes,
it's a gate.
It's a garage door.
Come on, dude.
Here, right?
Wait, Ellie knows how to ride a horse, but she doesn't know how to swim.
I think they were firefighters.
You just realize that?
No, I don't think so.
Also, it must
How
be
would the
windy
other
as
sections
hell.
supposed
Look
to
at those
belong?
trees.
Well, Bill used them as a form of defense. Maybe they're doing the same.
Wait, the trees are like going nuts. Like you two should be raising your voices to be heard over this furious
Those
wind.
are super low quality leaves. Look at that shit.
And then the leaves are drifting really slow.
PS4,
Oh, I can't
everybody.
believe in this.